with Tao. Right Mindfulness. Gurdjieff called self-remembering. You are looking at a flower. Your focus is on the flower because that is what you are looking at. Also remember the one who is looking at. It is difficult because if you try it, if you try to be aware of the knower, you will forget the rose flower that you are looking at. You have become so fixed to one direction that it will take time to have your attention double-arrowed. You are looking at the object, that is the flower, and the subject, the one who is looking at it. If you become aware of the knower, then the known will be forgotten. If you become aware of the known, then the knower will be forgotten. But a little effort is needed. And by, you can be aware of both simultaneously. This is what the process of transformation is. And when you become capable of being aware of both, Gurdjieff calls it as self-remembering. This is one of the older techniques that Buddha and Gurdjieff again and again introduced to the Western. This was the ancient technique that Buddha used, and Gurdjieff introduced it to the Western world. Buddha called this as Samyak Smriti. Right? Samyak means right. Smriti means remembrance or mindfulness. He used that. Buddha said that your mind is not in the right mindfulness. If it knows only one point, it must know both. And then when it knows both, a miracle happens. If you are aware of both the known and the knower, in this case, you are looking at the flower, you, subject, you are the one who is doing the act of looking. And what are you looking at? You are looking at a flower. So there is one thing, looker, and the other thing is the object being looked. So we can use the two words knower and the known. If you become aware of both knower and the known, suddenly you will become aware of the third, that you are neither. You are neither just by endeavoring to be aware of both knower and the known, you become aware of the third. The third possibility arises immediately, and this possibility is a witnessing self comes into being. Earlier you were aware of the flower. Now that is the known. Now you are aware of the two, the known and the knower. Suddenly you are neither known nor knower, because you are aware of the both. And this is witnessing. A witnessing self comes into being, because how can you be both? If you are the knower, then you remain fixed to one point. In self-remembering, you shift from the fixed point to the knower. Then the knower is your mind and known is the world. And the moment you become a third point, a witnessing self. And this is what consciousness is. Consciousness is witnessing self that is neither the known nor the knower. And this very moment, you are nothing else but consciousness. Just saying that I am consciousness, aham brahmasmi, is a final statement. It is the experience of the one who is beyond the two possibilities of knower and known. Either you are known or knower, and the moment you become aware of the two, you are neither of the two. You are a witnessing self. This is consciousness. This third point cannot be transcended, and that which cannot be transcended is ultimate. That which can be transcended is not worthwhile, because then it is not your nature. You can transcend it. Nature means you are something beyond which you cannot transcend. Let me explain this with an example. In the night you sleep, you dream. In the morning you wake up, the dream is gone, it's lost. While you are awake, there is no dream. A different world comes into your view. You move in the street, you work in an office or any other place, then you come back home, you again fall asleep at night. Then this world that you have known while you are awake disappears. So you are entering into a world that has disappeared. It's not the world that you are moving in during the waking state. Then you don't remember who you are. Then you don't know whether you are black or white. Do you remember in the dream that you are black or white? You are rich or poor? You are wise or foolish? You don't know anything. You don't know if you are young or old. You don't know if you are man or woman. All that was related with the waking consciousness disappears. You enter the world of dreams. You forget the waking world. It is no more. In the morning, again, the dreaming world disappears. You come back. You know who you are. Which is real? Because while you are dreaming, the real world, the world that you know when you are awake, is no more. You cannot compare the two. And while you are awake, the dreaming world is no more there. You cannot compare. You can compare only when there are two possibilities. When you are dreaming, when you are asleep, the world that you have seen while walking on the street is no more. And when you are walking on the street, doing your daily work, then the world that you had seen when you were asleep is no more there. Why do you call the dreaming world unreal? What is the criteria? Why you call it unreal? You say because it disappears when I am awake. When I am awake, this world disappears. That's why, that is the criteria that you call it unreal. This cannot be the criteria, because your waking world disappears when you are dreaming. And really, if you argue this way, then the dreaming world may appear more real. While you are awake, you can remember the dream, but while you are dreaming, you cannot remember the waking consciousness and the world around it. So which is more real? Which is more deep? The dreaming world completely washes away the world that you call real. Your real world cannot wash away the dreaming world so totally, because when you are awake, you still remember the dream. But when you are dreaming, you do not remember the real world. The dreaming world completely washes away the world that you call real, that you see with open eyes. Your real world cannot wash away the dreaming world so totally. It seems more solid, more real. And what is the criteria? How to say? How to compare? Tantra says both are unreal. Then what is real? Tantra says that the one who knows the dreaming world and who also knows the waking world, he is real. Tantra says both the dreaming world, which washes away during the dreaming state, the world that you see when you are awake completely vanishes. You cannot remember. But when you are awake, the dreaming world, what you had dreamed, still remains. So Tantra says both are unreal. And what is real according to Tantra? The one who knows the dreaming world and he also knows the waking world. He is real. Because he is never transcended. He is never cancelled. Whether you dream or whether you are awake, he is there, uncancelled. He stays part of the both world. Tantra says that the one who knows the dream and the one who knows that now the dream has stopped, the one who knows the waking world and one who also knows that now the waking world has disappeared is real. One who knows the dream and one who knows that now the dream has stopped, or you can say the one who knows the waking world, because when the dream has stopped, you know the waking world, and the one who knows that now the waking world has disappeared is real, because there is no point when it is not. It is always there. There is something that remains awake when you are dreaming and when you are not dreaming. That is the witnessing. That is the right mindfulness. The focus of all the spiritual progress is to be aware of that. The day you become aware that I am dreaming, this is a dream, that which cannot be cancelled by any experience is real. That which cannot be transcended, beyond which you cannot go, is your self. Know that as consciousness. If you can go beyond this, then it was not yourself. The method, this is the method of Gurdjieff, which he calls it as self-remembering, or Buddha's method, which he calls it as right mindfulness, or so this particular Tantra Sutra leads to one thing. They lead within you to a point which is neither known nor the knower, but a witnessing self, which knows both, which knows the knower and the knower. This is consciousness. This witnessing self is the ultimate. You cannot go beyond this, because now whatsoever you do will be witnessing. Beyond witnessing, there is nothing. Because beyond witnessing, you are seeing yourself, and you are seeing the known also, beyond which there is nowhere to go. So witnessing is the ultimate substratum, the basic ground of consciousness, and this is what Shiva tells Devi through this particular sutra. Enough.